Hello everyone, and welcome to my week 1 review for the WR64 Olympics 2018. We had a really exciting first week, tons of participation, blowing last year's competition out of the water, clearly. So I'm going to get right into it. I have a spreadsheet here, keeping track of all the submissions. The link will be in the description below for anyone else. Just to give an overview of what I plan to do on these recaps, first of all, I'm going to just be going over the submissions themselves, and while I'm going through, I'm going to point out certain runs, and then we're going to watch them together and recognize these players. And wherever is appropriate in there, I'm going to be shouting out honorable mentions to players who've been working hard during the week that I'm reviewing, and then also giving out my MVP award whenever is appropriate, whenever I get to that player and their accomplishments that really landed them on there. If it was the full week, I'll do it at the end of the video. So that's over with. I'm going to start off with day 1 here. We had 11 submissions, 2 PBs, Dr. Fish coming in hard, As Money, another player put in work this week, but nothing really I want to show from day 1. We've got day 2 going here. Again, we have, 13? We have a ton of submissions. 11 submissions here. So we had 11 first day, 11 second day. We've got more PBs here. We've got Stone Cold Hard joining the mix a bit, getting some PBs. We have Metalhead and Dr. Fish. This was a big story this week, was Metalhead and Dr. Fish kind of going at each other. And this is actually the first video that I really want to show from this week, and it's from Dr. Fish. He got this time on the second here. Too slow. This is an excellent time for Fish. This was a big jump in time from 106.6. He had a 106.7 submitted at this time, and he went all the way to 106.3. I thought this was a very impressive run just in terms of the numbers. This really shows the capability to go all the way to 105 here, which... And this is one of the lowest standards, if not the lowest standards. I didn't look at the leaderboards, but it's quite highly placed right now. So a very clean run by Dr. Fish here. This level very much comes down to just how you do in that slalom. He didn't hit many buoys, didn't have to turn too sharply at any point in the run, and gets a really nice clean 106.3, the fist pump. So congrats to Fish on that run. That was a sick run. What's my next one? Okay, so that was day 2. We had a ton of Sunny Beach reverse. Sunny Beach, not much Drake Lake early in the week here. Just a single and then double here. Shibby Pod starting to put in like first place here to try and just claim them easily for Drake Lake. But we all know our friend Ilu is just around the corner at any time. So, let's go into the 3rd, July 3rd. Each of these days has a whole bunch of activity, and we won't watch all the videos because it would take us forever. So July 3rd, we start off with Hayate early in the morning, Japanese time. He lets out a new PB on Sunny Beach, something we haven't seen from Hayate in a long time, and it's a really good sign of how easily that he can de-rest. This was likely just a one-session PB, really quick run. So, someone I haven't talked about so far is Andergene. Andergene, he admitted to me that he wasn't really sure how well he was going to be doing this Olympics, how much he was going to be competing. And in the first week, he showed that he's definitely a powerhouse in WR64. This run here, the 111.7, is what I wanted to show for you from Androgen. Androgen, Metalhead, Game was in there, but really Dr. Fish, Androgen, and Metalhead kind of make up the majority of the submissions and the story in the first few days. So this is his run. It's kind of blown out at the first here, but it gets a little better. So Drake Lake is notoriously hard to be smooth on, and you can see this is a pretty significant improvement with a few frames. Every single frame on Drake Lake counts a lot. Really smooth movement, really showing that his dominance in Blue Storm can definitely transfer over somewhat to 64 as well, even though he has most of his time in 64 at this point, I think. So he's taking kind of a wide route through the post there. That was interesting. And he got a lap record. That's actually really good. A big noticeable frame drop there on lap 2, which I don't like, but nonetheless, congratulations to Androgen on 111.7. Quite a good run. There are not that many runs in that range. And it's a PB for him. Double PB. Congrats, Andrew. And we've got Kirchinator. Kirchinator was somebody, he's very big into like Mario Kart Double Dash, a whole bunch of other racing games. He actually was the first streamer to show me Excitebike 64, which is quite a interesting game. So he came in with some PBs early on in the week, and he's actually putting in a lot of work this Olympics. So shoutouts to Kirchinator. Keep working at those PBs. He eventually did get the 112 Drake Lake later on here. But July 3rd, that's going to be it. Modal participated, didn't get any PBs here. But he did submit some times. My Pancakes with some PBs. He definitely got some PBs this week. And I think he's going to be looking probably mostly towards week 3 to see what he can do on the Jeter courses. Hopefully he picks Jeter instead of Mariner. That's it. Old joke. So, game's kind of de-rusting a bit, putting some times up. Aren't quite PBs, but they're close. Metalhead still getting some PBs, and that's what I want to show next is Metalhead. Metalhead worked hard this week. I think he PB'd almost every day. Worked a ton on streaming, and he even got a couple new players into the game. So there's 2 new players this week, and both of them were inspired by Metalhead. So Metalhead approved his Sunny Beach time, I think it was 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 during this week. He really went hard on Sunny Beach, and his results show this is a very good time for him. Similar to Dr. Fish, like these players are starting to get really to where I thought was really high level play when I started, and we're starting to see that more and more players can reach that level and start to challenge ChibiPod. We're starting to get a little bit of a coup happening in our community. We're starting to break up the records a little bit more, and I hope that trend continues. So a really smooth run here by Corey Francis, aka Metalhead. Quite an excellent run. almost makes me want to pick up Sunny Beach. But I actually didn't this week, unfortunately. I was quite busy, so I did pick up some Drake Lake. I didn't get any PBs, so I ended up not uploading anything for week 1, and I really want to make an effort to change that in weeks 2, 3, and 4. So that was Metalhead's Sunny Beach run. Congrats, Metalhead, on all your PBs this week. Thanks for being an excellent part of our community effort this week. He was always in chat, always cheering people on, so thanks, Metalhead. And Fish too. He went out of town at the end of the week, but he tried hard to get all of his PBs together, and unfortunately ended up with 0 medals from week 1. We've got Andy Panther. So Andy Panther came in late in the week, July 4th. And between July 4th, 5th, and 6th, he actually got a PB on all 4 of the courses, which is about as good as you could want. Like, really, congrats, Andy. That was a good play. Just come in and get all the PB. That's what I wanted, but plans didn't come out. Very nice job. Andy getting PBs everywhere. Game's still struggling to get PBs here. We've got Kirchinator with more PBs. We've got this new player, K-Fran, that's a Metalhead, one of his friends, and let's see what else we got here. July 6th. Let's see. Do I have anything from July 6th? So we had tons of PBs on July 6th. Still Metalhead going hard, Kirchinator, Androgen, the same names coming up over and over again. So congrats to all these guys on their PBs. But now it's time for really the biggest show of the whole Olympics this first week. And that was a meetup that happened at Shibby Pod's house. And Shibby Pod, he invited Game and also AS Money to his house, and they had a large stream. I think it was like 8 hours long or something, where they just tried to get PBs with a dual capture card setup. So they weren't able to record that, unfortunately, locally because of complications with the dual capture card setup. And then their Twitch highlight, or their past broadcast video was kind of messing up a bit, and you couldn't access it due to like a server error, but he could still re-air it, he could still replay it, so that's what he did. And then he had to record that. So at the end of all that, this delayed the week in review video a little bit, so sorry for having it out late. I'm going to be trying to be more trying to be better about getting it out on Sunday next week. That this was a good thing to delay for, because we had an excellent amount of PBs from that day. So I'm going to scroll down here. So July 7th, we had Ilu drop in for Drake Lake 111. I'll just get that out of the way. He dropped in last day. On his video, he claimed he played 8 minutes, and then he got a 111.243 with a really nice lap. So, God damn it, Ilu. Okay, so Ilu came through. We got Baba Kanoosh. He actually had his 103. He was trying all week, and he finally got it. So congrats on getting another 103, Baba Kanoosh. Unfortunately, you didn't PB. Sorry, bud. Good luck next time. We got another PB Peanut, another player from inspired by Metalhead, one of his friends. So congrats for being on. And 106.3 isn't a bad time. You still beat Gilly Brother. Because Gilly Brother did try out the course this week, but he wouldn't let me upload his time. So yeah. These are the ones that I care about, though. These 3 at the bottom. So, AS Money, Game, and ShibiPod all PB during that stream. And the first one I'm going to show, ShibiPod rarely PBs on anything. And this, if it wasn't for Ilu, this would be a new world record. But it's a new PB for Shibi, and it's probably a long time since he's had a PB on this course, Drake Lake Reverse, even though it says Drake Lake in the title. So, let's watch that run. The audio's a bit weird because there's two audios going on right now. So it's the one on the left. Drake Lake Reverse. There's a crazy buoy skip on the third lap in this run, I think, if I remember correctly. In the slalom here, I think he uses, yeah, that bob there, that's quite an excellent skip there. It's pretty consistent if you figure out what cycle you're running on too. Seems like.
Nice.
That's a PB.
Yeah, it is. So you had a 519.
So he improved it by 0.01. But it's still an improvement and it's still a PB. Congrats, Shibi, on the PB. He was I was heckling him at the start of the week for a PB and he kept trying for it and he eventually got one, so I thought I was pretty happy with that. But he was taken out of first place on Sunny Beach Reverse. And guess who? It was Game. Game took him out of first place on Sunny Beach Reverse in the first week of the Olympics. He's the only player other than ShibiPod in the Olympics to have gotten a world record, and I believe he's the 6th player ever to get a world record from ShibiPod. So let's watch this. Excellent run. Now the world record by Game. I hope we can get a full screen version of a record with an even better time than this sometime, but this is an incredible feat by Game. Last year during the Olympics, Game went from being kind of washed out a bit, similar to how I am right now. He went from that to actually, by the end of the Olympics, he showed himself to be a powerhouse in the game. And D-Rusted, I think he PB'd on like most courses. And this Olympics, he's setting like an even higher bar for himself, and now he wants to compete with ShibiPod. So we're seeing some players get to the top level of competition in Wave Race. And I'm really excited. I'm really happy for Game. Congrats, man. It's been a long time coming for Game. He's been playing with ShibiPod for a long time.
New world record.
Woo! Good
There
shit.
we go.
Damn, dude.
That and 2 minutes to spare
2 minutes.
with a new world record.
2 minutes until the deadline
Damn. That's how you do it.
for week 1 with 91 viewers with a sick host by Abney.
I do. Dang it.
That was not a good second lap. It was good enough. Look at that last lap. That's my best third lap, a 119. That's insane. Holy shit.
You did it.
Yeah.
You fucking did it.
Fucking did it.
Hey, you gotta update the medal count. Not getting through golds.
So Shibi got pushed out of both. So now he's down to 2 golds for the first week here. That's what he's doing here. adding game. And then they just scramble to get it uploaded in time. That's the rest of the video, just to prove that they got it there. It was in the last 2 minutes that were available for submission for the week. He got this, so it's an incredible time. I've already said enough about it, but congrats to everyone who PB'd. Like, you look through, this is 58 submissions this week. All of them proven by video. We had a ton more video. We have a ton more videos for those courses in the top 10 now, and the bar has been raised. So I'm really excited to see what week 2 ends up being like. We have Sunset Bay forward and reverse, and also Southern Island forward and reverse. And because this update is a couple days late, there's already a few really impressive submissions from week 2. So good luck to everyone in week 2. Thanks for participating in week 1. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and take care.